a memory, an inside joke, even a song. The past and the future collide sometimes in unexpected ways. This is a story about loss, healing, and moving ahead. In today's episode, I take a ride on one of the most emotional tattoo experiences of my life. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Think and Ink, and leave us a comment. It could even be about your own tattoo. You could be our next story. The angels like reggae, so I crank it up loud, sipping tequila on a stool in a cloud. This episode of Think and Ink is for Terry.
My Uncle Drew, he's kind of like my dad figure person. It was him and my dad when I was growing up. Like, they were best friends.
I miss everything about Terry. I miss drinking tequila with him. You know, there's some people in this world, if someone said, what do you want to do? With Terry, I want to do everything and nothing together and just have fun. I remember Terry said he was going to be a dad, and they decided to name the baby Sage Vegas. And so I knew Sage when she was a little bump in Justine's tummy. I remember every part of her life growing up, that she's always just been a light in the world. She's just magic, just like her dad. So it's nice that that light gets to live on through her. Everything about her looks like him, sounds like him. She's very special in my life. Sage turns 18 this week. And I said, and if you decide when you're 18 you want a tattoo, I'll take you on a special 18th birthday trip to a shop called Bang Bang in New York City. And she was super excited, and then COVID hit. And there was obviously no way that anyone was traveling or doing tattoos. Well, a few weeks ago, I got a call from Bang in New York, and they said they are allowing people from California to come again. So I'm gonna do a Zoom with Sage and give her a birthday surprise. I think is gonna rock her world. What's up, Sage? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
You know, I knew your birthday was coming, and you remember when I said that we would do when you were 18?
You go get tattoos from your tattoo artist.
All right. Where do you remember where?
In New York.
Right.
COVID is the worst right now.
But what was kind of cool is they called me about a week ago and said that one of the artists I've been wanting to get in with for years, he was working again, and they were going to let me come back out. So I'm going there in about a week. So do you want to come with me? A tattoo of your own at Bang Bang?
Really? What day? Well, you're leaving in a week?
You're available. Your mom already checked with work. She knows about it. Look, is your mom there?
Yes.
Look at your mom.
Yes. Hi. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes. I'm happy. I'm so excited. Thank you.
Sage flew to LA, and after a quick COVID test, we spent the day checking out some of the Hermosa beach spots where her dad and me and our other close amigo, Chris, used to hang out together. Plus a quick stop at my buddy Mike's guitar shop to hear Sage play a few tunes. Mike's shop is filled with some vintage rad guitars, but there was a special black guitar Sage started playing. Something about it, I wasn't even sure what kind of guitar it was, but it looked like Sage's guitar, like it fit her perfectly. So when Sage wasn't looking later that evening, I ran around town, pretty much cleaned out every ATM I could, and picked up that guitar. My plan was to bring it to New York and I'd surprise her with her there. So I told her that I was actually delivering the guitar from my friend who owned the shop to someone he'd sold it to in New York City, and Sage believed me. So we each had our own guitars we were carrying on our way to New York. We landed at JFK, a quick stop at Dunkin' Donuts, of course, and then we were rolling, heading to the Big Apple, where Sage hoped to one day pursue her dreams as a singer. How's your room?
It's cute, I like it. I was showing my friend it and she was like, "You have your own room?" I was like, "Yeah."
I don't know if you remember it, but a little birthday card. Here's the front, and then there's a little something on the back too.
It's your poem. I haven't read this in so long.
That one verse is right here. There's that one. The angels like reggae, so I crank it up loud, sipping tequila in the stool in the cloud. You were 9, I think, right?
Yeah.
It was the night before the service, and your mom called me and asked me to say something, and I just started thinking about what to say, and I got up that morning, and in about literally 10 minutes, wrote this down. It kind of was like written his whole life. I just used my hand, but I didn't really write any of it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's like with your songs, when you're writing songs, and I've been listening to the lyrics, but I really never felt I wrote this. I just felt we kind of lived it, and I just put it on paper. So the guy has been stalking me about his freaking thing, so I told him that I'm gonna look at the thing.
Look at the guitar.
Yeah.
Thought we weren't supposed to open it.
We're not, but I don't know what it is, so you open it and tell me.
Oh. In perfect condition.
That's the one that we're dropping off, I guess, for someone very special.
Someone's very special.
I'll take it out.
Picked a good one.
It's yours, so.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's yours. For you to tell your stories on and write your songs and.
Oh, thank you.
So the thing's got like more pedigree than kind of like a dog or something, like a proper thing. So it's like there's only 28 of these, he said, ever made.
This is insane.
Yeah, but when you played it, you said it had a really unique sound that you hadn't heard before, and that's.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Holly came from Miami, FLA. Hitchhiked away across the USA. Blacked her eyebrows on the way, shaved her legs, and then he was a she. She said, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." Said, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." Sugar Plum Fairy came and hit the streets, looking for some soul food and a place to eat. Went to the...
Terry loved Italian food. We used to go probably because we were broke and probably because it was cheap. So we see a lot of pasta and cheap red wine.
A hustle here and a hustle there. New York City's the place where they said, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." Said, "Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side." And the color girls go do-do-do.
No red wine for Sage this time. Maybe when she turns 21. But hey, they had birthday cake. So you excited for Tattoo Day?
I am excited for Tattoo Day.
How do you think the pain's gonna be?
Oh, it's going to be awful. I actually don't think it'll be bad right there. Yours is going to be a lot worse.
We're gonna go get some ink. I did not think that on your 18th birthday I'd be taking you out for tattoos. All right, let's go do it.
Probably around middle school when I was like, I really want tattoos. My mom has a couple. I've always really liked all of hers. And then Drew's covered in them, and I love all of his. So, and all of like my family that has tattoos, they all have like meaning to them. But the older I get, the more I want like sleeves and to be covered. But that's a process, and I have time to figure out all that. I really liked Tinkerbell growing up, and I was like, didn't want to go with a little Tinkerbell tattoo, but I've always liked fairies, and they just make me happy. Kind of scared. I think it's gonna hurt. I haven't gotten one bigger than like little line work.
You know, seeing Sage 15, 20 feet away from me, having her own special tattoo done at the same time and sharing that experience with her, it was, you know, watching her getting the tattoo, knowing it was going to be a permanent part of her and her story and her journey for the rest of her life. Yeah, it was pretty freaking cool. When I saw the little video that Sage sent where she said I was kind of like her dad figure in life, I got choked up, you know? It kind of rocked me. My first thought is I wish that didn't have to be the case. I wish Terry was still here. I wish so much it was Terry who got to spend these past few days with Sage, seeing the spectacular young woman she's now become. But I knew if Terry was here, he'd say it felt like just yesterday he was watching his happy little girl playing in the sand. And at the end of the day, he'd be right, because about the only thing certain or guaranteed in this world is that time really does fly. Which is why it helps to leave yourself a permanent reminder, especially when it comes to those we hold close and love the most.
But I know I'll make it home. I'll make it home.
Cruising around heaven, Chikawi on the loose. Sign on my back says Daddy of Goose. And to all my amigos, though I left you too soon, rock and roll, all my brothers, bada bing, bada boom. Keep it a fun ride with a small splash of sin, and know when you do, I'll peek down with a grin.
How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running the same